Hello, everybody, and today we are doing What If Deku Had Garchomp's Abilities, Part 2. And this was a really popular What If, already at 500 views, so good job, everybody. So we will continue this right after the hero versus villain training part. Anyway, so basically straight to the USJ. And as 13's explaining the rules, she's telling them like what they're gonna do and stuff, and they walk in, and Hiroshima points out, "Wait, what's that portal in the middle?" And Deku's like, "Portal?" And Aizawa was like, "Wait, a portal?" And Kirishina's like, "Oh, cool! They even have fake villains." And Aizawa is like, "Everyone, get behind me!" As Shigaraki peers out the little warp gate, and the gate then starts to expand, and all the villains start coming out. As well as like, "Everyone, stay back! This is a real villain," and all the students are like, "Real villains already?" And Izuku's like, "We can take them. I know we can." And Bakugo's like, "At least I can agree with something with you, freaking nerd." And Izuku then fist bumps Bakugo like, "Let's do this." As both of them, right as they're about to go for the villains, Aizawa pulls them back like, "You two stay here. We cannot afford any casualties." And Izuku's like, "Oh, come on." And Bakugo's like, "Just let me and the nerd go. We can take them." As they see the giant bird creature come out. And Izuku's like, "Maybe not that one." And then everyone else. And then the portal closes. And it all goes into this one guy in a suit. And Aizawa was like, "Just stay back." As he jumps down there. And Izuku, then, immediately after that, he goes to the side, but he will, if Aizawa has trouble, help Aizawa. And Bakugo's like, "Where are you going, nerd?" As he starts to follow Izuku. And as Izuku settles in his spot, Bakugo peers by him like, "What are you doing, nerd?" And Izuku's like, "If Aizawa needs help, we can just help him. We can't let our teacher die. But I do want to get on some action, so maybe we can defeat the villains that come over here." Bakugo's like, "Fine." As one of the villains then come over to him, and Izuku and Bakugo ambush the villain, and Izuku puts him in a chokehold, and Bakugo then explosions him point blank. And yeah, that happens. Anyway, Aizawa, then hearing this, like, they're here. And he starts defeating the villains faster. But Izuku's like, well, he already knows we're here, so might as well help. And they help Aizawa defeat the villains. But eventually they run into Shigaraki. And Shigaraki's like, "You brats." As he runs over to Aizawa, but he, Aizawa, thinking he has some kind of strength quirk, Aizawa tries to tie him up, but Shigaraki immediately calls for the Nomu, which basically starts to demolish Aizawa. And when Bakugo and Deku start trying to hit the Nomu, they see it's doing nothing, and they're astonished, like, "How? My claws can't even do anything. Neither can your explosions." As they keep trying to even make a scratch. And Shigaraki then comes from behind like, "Where are you two kids going these days?" As he puts 4 fingers on Deku's neck like, "Don't move, both of you, or else this kid gets it." And as I was like, this is just the thing I thought would happen. That's what he's thinking, but in reality, he can't even speak now. And Izuku and Bakugo are on the ground, and Shigaraki looming over them. And that's when Shigaraki then spots someone who looks like a frog and a short kid in purple. And he then tells the Nomu to go deal with those two. And the Nomu immediately blitzes over there. And Shigaraki is about to follow them before Deku immediately gets up and cuts his neck. And Shigaraki stumbles back. Raizu's about to say, Nobu, kill this kid. Izuku stabs him. And he's like, be quiet. As the Shigaraki then falls to the ground, unconscious and mortally wounded. And Aizawa is like, good job, student. Now go get the others and escape. We can't defeat them. We can't defeat that thing. And that's when they hear a giant thing bust through the door, and Izuku immediately looks like, what now? And they see All Might there, and he's like, who's touching my students? As he immediately blitzes down there, and the Nomu and him have their fight. Anyway, after that, the next day, after All Might's done recovering from his battle injuries, well, actually, no, he hasn't recovered yet. The next day, Aizawa announces with all his bandages on that they will be having the sports festival. And Izuku and everyone else is like shocked, like, already? And Aizawa was like, you had 1 week to prepare. And yeah. Anyway, so 1 week later, they arrive on the bus, and yeah. Izuku, Bakugo, and Shoto all come out of the bus at the same time, like, hey, let me out. And Shoto just steps back, and Bakugo and Deku fall down the little stairs. And they start bickering, and Aizawa just hits him away, like, come on, nerds. As they all go into the sports festival. They all get on their blue uniforms. And Izuku also has his giant uniform. And Izuku is told to do the pledge, and he just says, I hope we can all try our best, and I hope for a good fight. And the crowd starts cheering, and everyone likes that speech, unlike Bakugo. And Bakugo is like, you could have at least told them that I was going to win. And Deku slaps Bakugo like, we all know I'm going to win, dude. Just be quiet. And Bakugo's like, is that a challenge, nerd? And Midnight then starts the first event. And yeah, Deku and Bakugo, who are being competitive, immediately blitz out into first. And Deku flying, and I've been told that Garchomp can fly. Garchomp Deku is flying high up in the sky, much faster than Bakugo. And Bakugo's like, at this rate, I won't be able to catch him at all. And Deku flies over the 0-pointers and the little hole in the ground part. And Bakugo, who just got past the 0-pointer, is like, how is he so fast? And Shoto then freezes his legs like, wait, what? And Shoto then is like, if I can beat you, I can at least hope for second. And Deku then gets to the minefield, and he's just going he's just flying above it. And he then sees Shoto using full power of his ice trying to beat Izuku, but Izuku just flies over all the minefield while Shoto has to actually dodge it. And Bakugo is also right behind Shoto. And Deku just flies under the little finish line, and Izuku is pronounced the winner. And yeah. And Shoto and Bakugo get second and third. Anyway. And yeah, everyone else gets their normal spots. So it's basically the normal standings. Anyway. Izuku, Tokoyami, Bakugo, and I'm gonna say Kirishima are all on a team for the what's it called? I forget what it's called, but it's the Cavalry battle. And yeah, in the Cavalry battle, that's the team. And Bakugo, since he's pretty good friends with Deku, he let it slide that because they both had the most points. And instead of wanting to fight Deku, he accepted the challenge of being targeted. And yeah, Shoto had a really strong team in Shoto, Uraka, Momo, and Denki. Yeah, instead of Ida for speed, they have Uraka for flying. And yeah, to counteract Deku's flying part. And yeah, anyway, Izuku, when the match starts, he immediately starts to fly. And yeah, Deku, since he is he's the person on top. And yeah, Bakugo is like, dang nerd, that's not the point. And Izuku's like, I can just chill up here the whole time. Bakugo's like, get down here right now, nerd. That you know that's not no challenge. And Bakugo encourages Izuku to get down there. And Izuku comes down. He's like, I guess you're right. And Bakugo's like, heck yeah, I'm always right. And Izuku then hits him on the head like, no one likes you either, Bakugo. And yeah, Shoto then arrives immediately behind him. And Izuku's like, oh, crap. And Bakugo then sends in a prototype form of the AP shot at Shoto and it hits him directly in the face. And this sends Shoto flying up into the air. And Deku flies up and then uses Dragon Claw and, spikes him down into the ground. And he's nearly disqualified, but he landed on his team just in time. And yeah, while Shoto is recovering, Izuku comes back down and welcomes anyone to the challenge. And that's when Bakugo, being the horse part, he uses his explosions to start using the little AP shots he's using. And he starts shooting them at the stronger teams. He doesn't care about the weaker ones. And with teams like Shoto's team, they're really picking on Shoto's team. They're trying to get them so much points. And yeah. So, basically in the end, Izuku's team wins by a good amount. Shoto's wins second. And I'm gonna say the same normal teams. Except instead of Bakugo's team, because Bakugo is, he's in Izuku's team, I'm gonna say Team Monoma gets in. So, you got the air guy, you got Monoma. I don't know the other two. And, yeah. All I know is there's the guy with a solid air quirk, because I watched some My Hero episodes, and I know Monoma because it's Team Monoma. I have no idea who the other two are. Anyway, Izuku starts off by fighting Hitoshi Shinzo. And he's questioning, so he doesn't seem to have a physical quirk. He doesn't seem to have any type of quirk at all, it doesn't look like. And Izuku, right as the match starts, Shinzo starts insulting him, and Izuku's like, this jerk, as he says in his head. And he uses Dragon Rush and just tackles him into the ground and then throws him out. He's like, that was surprisingly easy. And Shinzo, he just ignored me. And Bakugo's like, what a weird fight. How did he even get into here? And that's when all the fighters that were on Shinzo's team quit because they're poo-poo heads. Anyway, next match, it's Deku versus Todoroki. And yeah, Deku immediately starts off the battle by flying up into the air And then, right as he's coming down, he becomes Mega Garchomp. And he starts spinning really fast in a vertical angle. And he's coming down like a giant saw blade on Shoto. Todoroki then does the giant ice pillar at Deku. But Izuku's just mauling through it. And eventually, he hits Shoto. And he makes this giant cut on Shoto's waist. But Shoto was able to... I'm just going to say Todoroki. I don't know why I keep calling him Shoto. Anyway, Todoroki then moves out of the way as he's bleeding from the waist. Like, oh, crap. Wasn't expecting that. And Deku, in his Mega Garchomp form, let me find a picture for that right now. Mega Garchomp. And yeah. I'm not going to say he's pink, guys. It may be awesome, but it's still pink. Anyway. Izuku then starts trying to stab at Shoto, like, oh, you pesky little thing. Because Izuku is a slow, but, like, strong one, but Shoto is very versatile. And Todoroki then uses a giant block of ice and hits Izuku up into the air. And Izuku then asks him, like, come on, use your fire already. This is getting boring. As he flies up into the air, is like, you know I can just keep doing this over and over. And Shoto's like, as he uses a little fireball at Izuku, and Izuku just cuts right through the fireball as he's coming down as a giant saucer again. And Shoto's like, I'm sorry, Toya. As he ignites into flames. And, yeah. Todoroki, Glamoroki, uses his move we see in the sports festival near the end. He uses that giant ice and fire move and uses it on Deku. And Izuku then is encased in a purple aura as he says, Dragon Rush, as he goes even faster. And his saucer form becomes even bigger. And it's cutting through all the ice, but the fire is overpowering Izuku. And eventually, the crowd sees Izuku on the other side of the arena and Todoroki in the middle. And Deku looks back like, there's no way. And he sees Todoroki fall to the ground immediately, like, as half of Todoroki's middle finger came off. Yeah, he can't finger you guys anymore. Pog. And yeah. Todoroki's like, that hurt, Izuku. And Izuku then also, guys, that, well, this is how the saucer move works. Izuku doesn't try and cut their head off, obviously. Izuku tries to pinpoint one part of the body that is like a weakness part, and they're like exposing it, aka Shoto's middle finger. And yeah, can we get some middle fingers in the comments, guys? No, Shoto's middle finger. It's just say in all caps the Shoto finger. Anyway, yeah, Shoto right now is shooting giant fireballs at Izuku, and Izuku's just whapping them away. It's like, you know it's over already. As he uses Dragon Claw and hits Shoto up into midair, and then he jumps, and with both of Izuku's arms, grabs Todoroki by the waist and throws him out of the arena vertically, and Todoroki lands on his neck. And he sort of does a little jump as he is hit out of the arena. And he's like, ow. As Todoroki's immediately gone to Recovery Girl. And Midnight's like, with a gruesome victory, we have the winner, Izuku Midoriya. And Bakugo's like, that was a bit much. And Urek is like, for the one who's gonna fight him next, I'm scared. Yeah, I'm gonna say we change a little bit of the orders here. And, yeah. Next, we have Deku versus Uraraka. And Uraraka's like, I just don't want to lose a limb. As Midnight starts the battle, and Izuku uses Dragon Rush and hits her up into the air. It's like, maybe I can do this quickly. As he grabs her by the waist and throws her near the outer area. And Uraraka catches herself by floating. And Deku's like, I forgot that was her quirk. As he then comes up into the air and with his spiky arms, like, he basically spikes her with his dragon claw, and it hits her down to the ground, and she's just barely hanging on to the arena, and she's very hurt, like, how is he this strong? And Izuku's like, for one of the faster people in our class, I would expect you to be stronger. And Izuku then grabs Uraraka and starts just pushing her out of the arena. And Uraraka tries to fight back, but Deku then uses Dragon Rush to keep running. And he throws her out of the arena. Uraraka's like, I'm happy I didn't lose anything. And Deku's like, you got lucky. As he walks away. And Midnight's like, the not as gruesome victory. Izuku Midoriya the victor. And Izuku's like, obviously. What other result? And Bakugo then defeats Kirishima in his semifinal round. And that's when Midnight announces the final battle. Izuku Midoriya, the very gruesome brawler, versus Bakugo, the ego. And yeah. Izuku then starts off the fight by using zigzag movements with Dragon Rush, and he uses dig, and he goes into the ground, and Bakugo's like, where is he gonna come out of? As he then says here, as he shoots an explosion down, and Bakugo's like, he faked it? As Izuku comes behind him and uses Dragon Claw and scratches Bakugo in the neck, and Bakugo starts fumbling with his legs as he falls onto the ground, like, dang it. As Izuku uses Earthquake, and you can imagine this hurts Bakugo. Bakugo as always. Anyway, Izuku starts absolutely demolishing Bakugo. And near the end of the battle, Bakugo's like, I will not lose. As he jumps into midair, and Izuku sees this explosion tornado. He's like, what is he doing? As Bakugo shouts, Howitzer impact! As he starts going towards Izuku, and Izuku's like, what's he doing? And Izuku is then hit by the attack with the giant explosion, and Deku didn't even get to block it. And he's just barely holding on by a little bit on the edge of the arena. He's like, I was not expecting that. Bakugo's like, how did you live that, you dang nerd? And Izuku then, seeing the opportunity, uses Dragon Rush, and he tosses him up into the air. In Haikyuu style, he spikes him out of the arena, as always. And Bakugo's like, you've been watching too many animes lately, Izuku. As he accepts his defeat by the meganess of Garchomp. And that's where we'll be leaving off, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for all the support recently, as always. And I just want to have a little announcement. Anyway, when it's my birthday, which is sometime during July, I won't let you guys know, I will be transferring my channel to my own email account because this one is currently on my mom's. Just want to let y'all know that. Anyway, this is Rushy signing off. Bye-bye.